Hi everyone, welcome to EV Simulation. Today we are going to discuss two-stage grid connected inverter using quasi two-stage topology. Do subscribe the channel to get the notification of next video. So let's get started. So this is the two-stage topology circuit. Two stages means stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 1 for conversion DC to DC, whereas stage 2 for DC to AC. You can see we want to feed this DC power to the AC load or grid. So what we will do, first we will convert this DC voltage to another DC voltage. It may be step up or step down. For this simulation I use buck converter. So you can see V1 is the input voltage where V2 is the output voltage of the DC converter. So V2 is less than V1. Then this DC voltage will be converted into AC voltage by using inverter. So there may be possibility that output is fed to the grid or it may be to the load. So by controlling the switches S1, S2, S3, S4, we can generate AC output at the inverter. So this is a common two-stage topology. So, but if there is a C means we can generate sinusoidal waveform by using PWM. But what will happen if you use PWM technique or switching? It will introduce switching losses. So due to switching, it will inject harmonic into the grid. So to remove out this harmonic, we will use filter. So there is a requirement of filter. And also, once you use the PWM technique, there is a complex control algorithm. So this is the some drawback of the two-stage topology. So we can eradicate this drawback using quasi two-stage topology. So let us see how it's work. So I have previously explained, instead of using this DC voltage, we will generate inverted AC. Inverted AC means rectified DC voltage, like this. This is a rectified DC voltage. Rectified DC voltage, so that after this rectified DC voltage, we will use inverter. What this inverter will do, instead of using PWM technique, it will just unfold this waveform. So let's see how this control algorithm works. There will be two control algorithms. First for the DC to DC converter and another for the inverter. So this is control algorithm for DC to DC converter. This is our reference output voltage of the inverter. So let's say maybe this may be input, this may be grid voltage. Then we will take absolute value. So it will be like this rectified DC. Then this is a sum operator or comparator, we can see. So we will compare it with output voltage and feed to the PWM. PWM used to stabilize the output voltage, and then using PWM we will turn on or turn off this switch. So if you want to know about how closed loop works for the buck converter, you can watch previous video. I will give the link of this video in description. So let's move toward the control circuit of the inverter. As I explained before, this will be the output for the DC to DC converter. So what we will do, at first cycle we will turn on S1 and S4. So what will happen, output voltage will be like this, means output voltage will be like this. And at next cycle what we will do, we will turn on S2 and S3. So output will be like this. As you can see, this is a simple algorithm. Means when reference current is greater than 0, means this current is greater than 0, we will turn on S1, S4, and for negative cycle we will turn on S2, S3. You can see S2, S3 and S1, S4 are complementary to each other. That is a simple algorithm. So the advantage of this circuit is that we are not using any PWM, so there will be low switching losses, filter will not require, and simple to control. But the other disadvantage can be, since output power, all the output power is average output power is constant, but the voltage you can see is varying. It means it will current also varying. So their RMS value of current will be high. So it will introduce other losses into the system. So that we will need to check. but for now we will see only its operation. So let's move to the simulation. I have added all the component. I will explain it one by one. So this is for the DC to DC converter and its corresponding algorithm, whereas this is for the unfolding circuit or full bridge inverter circuit and its corresponding algorithm. As I explained before, this is a DC to DC converter, this is a switch, this is an inductor, this is a capacitor value, this is our diode, and then this is input voltage. Okay, I choose this parameter randomly. If you want to see how we are designing DC to DC converter, we can watch the previous video. Then this is reference wave, then we will take absolute value. Then absolute value we will compare with actual output voltage of the DC DC converter. You can see this is the voltage measurement. So this is go to block, this is from block. So instead of connecting directly, I used go to and from block. So here we will compare, and then we will feed into the PID. You can see the PID values. These are the values. Output will saturate to 0 to 1, since out maximum and minimum duty cycle will be 1 or 0 respectively. Then we will compare it with this comparator operator, relational operator, with repetitive sequence, means to generate a PWM, and then generated PWM will feed to the switch. So again I will explain it. Means we will take output voltage, compare with absolute value, means reference voltage, then we will feed to the PID, and then we will generate PWM and then feed to the switch. This is the DC to DC converter operation. Then after that we will feed to the full bridge inverter. So what we will do, at positive half cycle S1 and S2, I gave same name S14, so this will be on. At negative cycle this will be turned on. At positive cycle you can see this algorithm. This is the actual sine wave, and we will compare it with 0. Okay, so when this waveform is greater than the 0, S14 will be on, whereas if this waveform is less than 0, will turn on S23. I used here SR flip-flop because what we have to do, we have to make complementary operations. So output of the SR flip-flop will be when Q equal to 1, Q bar equal to 0, and vice versa. So it will use to make complementary operation, and then whatever PWM waveform means whatever the pulse generated by here, we will feed to the this S1 M4 S23. This here I used load, but you can use grid also. But in that case, what you have to do, you have to take grid voltage here. Means we want to take reference voltage as a grid voltage. So what I did, I took sine wave of 50 magnitude with 50 hertz frequency. So you have to take 50 hertz sinusoidal source, means AC source. So other circuit will be same. And talking about this power GI, I took continuous, and then this is just for the scope to see the reference waveform output of DC and output of the inverter. So let's simulate the circuits. Let's run the circuit. So it is compiling, and then yeah, it's almost done. So let's see the waveform. So I'm opening this scope, and you can see the waveform of this. You can see this waveform of reference output voltage that we want to generate. You can see this is a DC to DC output, which is a rectified DC, whereas the inverter output will be almost sinusoidal, means it's tracking the reference input. So you can see that without using PWM technique, we can generate sine wave, and without also we don't require any filter requirement here. So that's how control circuit work. So others, if you want to see how this term PID working, you can see this is the reference voltage. Yellow one is a reference voltage and blue one is a actual output of the DC to DC converter. So that's all for today's guide. If you haven't subscribed the channel, subscribe. so that you will get the notification of next video. Bye bye for now.